It's 1997. Summer unfurls itself over Vancouver like a freshly washed duvet. I'm 8 years old, blonde as a wheat field, and everything I know about romance I learned by watching Indiana Jones. Lesson 1, everyone will fall in love with you if you're an archaeologist. Lesson 2, especially if you can use a whip and fight the Nazis that goosed up through my dreams. My mother tells me dreams are just a byproduct of some vast cerebral filing system like that's supposed to make Nightmare Hitler any less terrifying. My mother tells me to count sheep. My mother doesn't know that when she waits outside my door to hear me murmur 1, 2, 3, I'm actually counting the number of times I have prayed for God to plop Harrison Ford down on the end of my bed with my very own Ark of the Covenant so I could melt all the Nazis and everybody else that was ever mean to me. Lesson 3, love happens when you feel safe. It's 2004. The August air is flushed with fever. I am flushed with the fever this body's been building for 15 long years. It's too hot to sleep, so I marathon view the entire Indiana Jones trilogy just to watch the kissing. Deciding Harrison Ford has the world's greatest lips, I am certain no kisses will ever compare, but I find boys to practice with anyway. Tongues stumbling like steel-toed boots at a sock hop, I try to kiss them like women kiss Harrison Ford, except with braces. I end up wreaking havoc on the insides of their mouths, and despite the taste of their own blood, they let me. Lesson 4, love isn't safe. It's 2007. Summer dresses the streets of Victoria in dirty laundry like I've dressed myself in dirty laundry. I'm almost 18. Tenacious is a bad habit. A hornet where my heart should be, because bees die after they've stung you once, and I intend to sting you till you drop. It's not personal, it's just pragmatic. Harrison Ford had a different dame for every film and never seemed bothered by it. Never looked over his shoulder like the ghost of the last girl was tailing him, so I have learned to be ghost-proof, to leave my bodies buried. Excavation is for archaeologists, and these days I'm considering a career in heartbreak. Lesson 5, love doesn't last, love isn't once, get love while you can. It's 2013. Summer squeezes my skin so tight I dream of slipping out of it, of shedding what no longer fits, because this body no longer fits. I dream of shaking loose the pieces of woman that keep me awake, that keep me from sleeping, that make me uneasy. Ironically, the layers I begin to wear to cover up the curves I can't square away don't feel like a costume. And I wonder if Harrison Ford ever felt more at home under Indiana's hat. I wonder if sometimes the things we put on become more real than our birthday suits. I dream every night to the tune of whips cracking, sweat on my brow, grit in my teeth, Harrison Ford's biceps rippling out of my torn shirt sleeves. I burst out of sleep. I walk with a swagger as though at last I've dug up something real, as though at last this fever will break, as though at last I can look into mirrors without wanting to break them. I'm 24 years old, and everything I know about romance I learned by watching Indiana Jones. Lesson 6, if the skin fits, wear it. Learn to love your truest self, even if your truest self looks an awful lot like Harrison Ford.